Welcome back to Hytale, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in this world. I did some work between episodes. We built a second building next to the house. Right now it only has a tanning rack inside, but it's something. I also crafted some copper armor, a copper great axe, and a copper hatchet. Today I wanted to go exploring. So we picked a direction and hoped for the best. Pretty early on, I found a bear in the water. I thought it had drowned. It definitely had not. So we kept moving. After a while, we reached a desert biome. I saw a structure in the distance and decided to check it out. On the way there, a skeleton jumped me. I took it out and kept going. When I reached the structure, things got worse. There was a flying wasp and a snake nearby. I got poisoned by the wasp, but managed to take it out. Then another snake chased me. So I healed up and moved inside the structure. Inside, there were skeletons. I cleared them out and climbed to the top of the tower. At the top, I found a chest with a rusty steel sword and some food. On the way back down, I got attacked by a hyena. After that, I took out another wasp and collected some wood for a shelter I planned to build later. Not far from there, I found another structure. Inside were two chests. One had food and arrows, and the other contained my first thorium ingot. I then chopped down a massive tree for wood. That took a while. Nearby, I ran into skeletons hanging around a village with the friendly creatures we've seen before. I explored the village, found another trader, and decided to build my shelter right next to it. If I lived there, I'd probably be mad about it too. The shelter wasn't pretty, but it had 4 walls and a roof. I placed a bed, set my spawn, and added a few chests because I had way too much wood. Before it got dark, I went exploring again. I found a ruined house with nothing inside, almost died to another skeleton, and then discovered another village nearby. I tried to sleep there, but realized my other bed was still too close, so I couldn't reset my spawn. I saw another structure on the map and ran over to it. It was another ruin like the one from earlier. I cleared out the skeletons, looted the chest at the top, and headed back to my shelter to sleep. The next day, I decided to explore a temple I had seen earlier. I won't lie. I was stressed going in. Inside, I fought more skeletons and explored rooms filled with lava. I caught on fire almost immediately and had to back off to heal. After that, I found a chest with iron and food. Deeper inside, I ran into a giant beetle enemy. I carefully crossed the lava, went down some stairs. I found more chests, mined iron and thorium from the walls, and looted a chest inside a cage. At this point, I got greedy. I should have left, but I didn't. I stayed longer, looted more chests, and fought a lot of skeletons. Eventually, I worked my way back up and cleared the lava rooms I had skipped earlier. I fell into lava like an idiot, barely survived, and finally decided to leave. I made it back to the shelter, dropped off what I could carry, and started the walk home. The trip back was mostly calm, except for a few bears that tried to kill me. Back at home, I stored everything in chests. Then I went out to collect wood for a small storage building. Once I had enough, I returned home and started laying out the building. I went back into the house to craft a few items I needed for the storage building. After that, I went outside and worked a bit on the roof. Once that was done, I went back inside and slept through the night. The next morning, I got straight back to work on the building. I finished the walls, but I wanted big open doors so I could easily get in and out if I needed something. I crafted a few chests and placed them inside. I went back into the house to smelt some of the ores we collected earlier. That's when I realized I needed to upgrade my workbench if I wanted to make thorium tools. After that, I finished the floor in the storage building and added a small second floor, similar to the one in the house. I placed torches around the building so it wasn't completely dark. Then I decided to go on a quick mining trip to collect more copper for the workbench upgrade. When I got back home, I smelted the ores. While doing that, I decided to make a bigger farm on the backside of the house. I started by building a fence. I also upgraded my workbench and made a thorium pickaxe. Then I added a small campfire area and finished setting everything up. I quickly realized I didn't have nearly enough seeds, so I planted what I could. After that, I crafted a kitchen and placed it in the other building, along with a furniture workbench. I decided to visit our friendly acorn people again, but noticed that the golem protecting the portal had respawned. This time taking him out was much easier. I turned in my memories and unlocked some decorative chests and a few other things. I didn't really pay attention to everything I unlocked. Next, I checked out the swamp not far from home. I ran into some lizard-looking creatures and eventually found a treehouse village. They had boats that I couldn't use, the usual trader, and some crops. I did steal their boats though, mostly for aesthetic reasons, and then headed back home. I've decided to keep most of the exploring in the episodes and move a lot of the building off camera so things don't get too repetitive. There will still be some building, just not as much as in the first episode. This one already had a little less of it. Thank you for the support on the videos. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot. Bye.